Imagine this, you're waiting for a letter, not just any letter, a letter that holds your very future. A job offer, news from a long-lost love, maybe just a really good recipe for sourdough bread. Now imagine waiting, not days, but months, for this letter, to travel across a continent. That was the reality of early mail delivery in America. Chaotic, unpredictable, a logistical nightmare. Before the Pony Express, stagecoaches, and the Transcontinental Railroad, sending a letter across the vast expanse of America was an exercise in patience. It was also an adventure. Letters could travel by foot, by boat, even by burro. It's a miracle anything ever arrived at all. This wasn't just a minor inconvenience. This was communication chaos. It was a time when a simple letter could take months to reach its destination. Imagine waiting for that sourdough recipe. The suspense could drive you to bake something truly terrible. But America, being America, wasn't going to stand for this mail mayhem for long. No sir, this was a nation built on progress, ambition, and a healthy dose of hold my beer and watch this. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. So, how did people send mail before the Pony Express galloped onto the scene? Well, buckle up because it's a bumpy ride. Option 1, the good old-fashioned way, by foot. Yes, hardy souls would literally walk your letter across the country, at a snail's pace. Hence the phrase, snail mail. It's not a metaphor, people. Option 2 sets sail for adventure. Letters could take a scenic cruise down the Mississippi River, around the tip of South America, and finally up to the East Coast. Just a casual jaunt that could take months. But hey, at least you gotta see the world, right? Or at least your letter did. And finally, the most popular option, the stagecoach. Now, we're not talking about a luxurious Greyhound bus here. These were rickety, bumpy, often dangerous contraptions. Still, they were the closest thing to a postal service the Wild West had. Enter the Pony Express in 1860, a desperate, daring attempt to speed up mail delivery. The idea? Relay stations, horses, young men with a death wish. The Pony Express was all about speed. Riders, changing horses every 10 to 15 miles, could carry mail from Missouri to California in a record-breaking 10 days. It was a logistical and equestrian marvel. It was also completely bonkers. These riders faced harsh weather, rugged terrain, and the ever-present threat of bandits and grumpy wildlife. It was a tough gig. But someone had to deliver those love letters and sourdough recipes. The Pony Express, though short-lived, captured the American imagination. It was a testament to human grit, determination, and the ability to look a very angry bear in the eye and say, "Out of my way, buddy. I've got mail to deliver." Section 4 Stagecoach Saga, when mail delivery involved highway robbery, sometimes literally. But let's not forget about the humble stagecoach. It might not have been as glamorous or as fast as the Pony Express, but it was the workhorse of the mail delivery world, and it came with its own set of adventures. Stagecoach drivers were a special breed. They were tough, resourceful, and had a colorful vocabulary that would make a sailor blush. They battled the elements, navigated treacherous roads, and occasionally had to fend off bandits with nothing but a whip and a well-placed insult. And then, there were the passengers. Imagine being crammed into a rickety wooden box on wheels, for days on end, with nothing but your thoughts and the questionable hygiene of your fellow travelers. It was enough to make anyone long for the days of snail mail. Section 5. Iron Horse, Iron Will, how the Transcontinental Railroad delivered the future. But the writing was on the wall, literally, in the form of telegraphed messages. The future of mail delivery had arrived with a puff of steam and the clang of metal, the Transcontinental Railroad. Completed in 1869, this marvel of engineering connected the East Coast to the West Coast by rail. Suddenly, mail could travel thousands of miles in a matter of days. The Pony Express, its horses put out to pasture, rode off into the sunset. The railroads introduced mail cars, dedicated spaces on trains specifically designed for sorting and transporting mail. It was a mail revolution. No more horses, no more stagecoaches, just the steady chug of progress. And who could forget the iconic Golden Spike ceremony? On May 10, 1869, a ceremonial golden spike was driven into the ground, marking the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. It was a moment of national celebration, a symbol of American ingenuity and ambition. Gap 3S, Section 6, horsepower behind the mail. While the Transcontinental Railroad was a game-changer, let's not forget the unsung heroes of early mail delivery, the horses. These noble creatures were the backbone of the Pony Express and countless other mail routes before the advent of steam power. Imagine the dedication it took to keep these animals in peak condition. Every day, horses had to be fed a carefully balanced diet of grains and hay. They were groomed meticulously to prevent sores and ensure their coats stayed healthy. Rest was crucial too. After a grueling day of galloping across vast landscapes, these horses needed time to recuperate. Stables were like pit stops, offering fresh water and a chance to rest those hard-working legs. And it wasn't just about physical care. The bond between rider and horse was something special. Trust was essential, especially when navigating treacherous terrain or outrunning a storm. Both rider and horse depended on each other for survival and success. So, next time you think of the Pony Express, remember that it wasn't just human grit that made it work. It was also the tireless effort of these magnificent animals, whose strength and endurance helped bridge the vast distances of a growing nation. Section 6. Tall Tales and Pony Express, Ostrich Deliveries, and Buffalo Battles. Now what's a good historical romp without a few tall tales? And believe me, the Wild West was full of them. Stories about mail delivery gone wrong, about daring escapes and encounters with the wilder side of the West. Take for instance the legend of the Ostrich Express. Rumor has it that, in a moment of desperation, someone tried using ostriches to deliver mail. It didn't go well. Ostriches, it turns out, are not known for their calm demeanor or their ability to follow directions. And then there were the buffalo. These massive beasts roamed the plains in vast herds, often crossing paths with stagecoaches and even trains. Let's just say that mail wasn't always the priority when a herd of buffalo decided to have a disagreement with a moving vehicle. These stories, true or exaggerated, add a certain charm to the history of mail delivery. They remind us that this wasn't just about logistics and efficiency, but about human ingenuity, resilience, and the occasional encounter with a very confused ostrich. Section 7. From Pony Express to Express Delivery. We've come a long way, baby. Or have we? Looking back, it's amazing to think how far we've come. From snails to sailors to stagecoaches to trains to airplanes to emails, the evolution of communication has been nothing short of remarkable. Today, we can send a message across the globe in a matter of seconds. We can video chat with someone on the other side of the world. We can order a pizza with the push of a button. We are, without a doubt, living in the future. But amidst all this technological marvel, it's worth remembering the challenges and triumphs of those early mail carriers. The Pony Express riders who braved danger and exhaustion to deliver a message. The stagecoach drivers who navigated treacherous roads and even more treacherous passengers. They remind us that communication, at its core, is about connection, about bridging distances and sharing experiences. And that's something worth celebrating, even in a world of instant gratification and two-day shipping. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go complain about how long my pizza delivery is taking. Some things, it seems, never change.